Hello, everyone, and welcome to Mountain Lake Journal. I'm Tom Halleck. This week, pushback against cuts to the federal government. Political leaders, including both of New York's U.S. senators and Governor Kathy Hochul, say plans by the Trump administration to cut Social Security Administration offices, lay off thousands of workers, and force recipients to apply for benefits in person will hurt New Yorkers, particularly seniors.
They plan to cut 7,000 staff, even though the Social Security Administration staffing is already at a 50-year low. And they plan to shutter at least 47 Social Security locations, including 2 so far in New York State. The impact of this activity could be catastrophic for our seniors and people with disabilities. These people rely on Social Security to pay their rent, their food, their heating, their medical care, everything they need to survive. I've heard from many New Yorkers who are panicking. Retirees in their 60s and 70s are worried that if they can't get access to their money, these are their Social Security dollars that they have invested for their retirement, that if they can't get access to their money, they will either have to return to work or God knows what else. Many have spent their entire careers paying into Social Security, and they, like most of us, expect those dollars are there for them in their retirement. But with fewer staff to process claims, skyrocketing wait times, and systems in disarray, the Social Security Administration could effectively deny thousands of eligible beneficiaries the money that they've earned.
Senator Kirsten Gillibrand says 4 million New Yorkers depend on Social Security. She was joined at this press conference at the end of last week by Governor Kathy Hochul and Becky Preve, the executive director of the Association on Aging in New York, who said that Social Security is the only source of income for about 40% of recipients, many of whom are already facing hours-long call wait times and lengthy drives to the nearest office.
In most parts of the state, individuals are expected to drive well over an hour to access their local Social Security office if they're even able to obtain an appointment. To put this in perspective, most of the state does not have robust transportation services, and most of the state does not have paratransit services for individuals utilizing wheelchairs or walkers. For individuals that are unable to drive, insisting on an in-person visit is equal to refusing services.
Governor Hochul says the closure of a Social Security office in White Plains will place a burden on seniors.
That requires seniors who may not have easy access to get around to go from their community and travel across 5 to 7 different counties. How are they going to get there if they need services in person? We think it's wrong to say seniors and people with disabilities have to travel a great distance to secure their benefits. We say it's wrong to deride Social Security as a Ponzi scheme. And we say it's wrong to jeopardize a safety net that has been there to make sure that our citizens never slip into poverty.
Acting Social Security Commissioner Leland Dudick said they're canceling telephone identity verification for some beneficiaries, who beginning in a couple of weeks will have to verify either online or in person at a Social Security Administration office. He said the new policies will cut down on waste and fraud and add up to a savings of $7 billion over the next decade.
How does closing offices and firing thousands of workers help seniors and the disabled get benefits?
Senator Chuck Schumer says seniors without internet and who live in rural areas and will have to travel long distances to get to the nearest Social Security office will be the most at risk. Hudson Valley Congressman Mike Lawler, a Republican, also questioned the closure of the office in White Plains, saying in a written statement it's a slap in the face of thousands of constituents who rely on these services. He said the office handles over 2,000 backlog cases and conducts hundreds of in-person hearings every year. He says telling my constituents that they now have to travel hours to Lower Manhattan, New Haven, Connecticut, or the Bronx is completely unacceptable. Lawler joined several other lawmakers who are trying to convince Dudick to maintain phone service for everyone and keep Social Security Administration offices open. In 7 counties across northern New York, Social Security pays out nearly $180 million a month to about 115,000 people. benefits that some in Plattsburgh say are their only income.
It is a big thing for me because it's my only source of income. I'm the only person that lives in my house. I'm a one-source income person, so I need my income. And if I don't have my income, my bills are not going to get paid. So I absolutely rely on it. I rely on people to be available if I have questions, because if I don't have somebody to talk to, then I don't get my questions answered. So it's very important for me to have those people available.